The way we put this shit together, you know what I mean? Punch on the real, make the beat, you know what I mean? I got this man on the saxophone.
Alright guys, welcome back here to LJ Reactions. I told you guys I was getting to the video from my friend Joe Cronin, who I watch this guy since WrestleMania 30, that he's been doing videos on YouTube. That's how I pretty much found JD, was listening through. I actually found JD before I found Joe Cronin. I was listening to JD since his WrestleMania 29 review. So I've been listening to both these guys in the YouTube community. Now, for you guys out there who don't listen clearly, what I told you guys about Roman Reigns, this is clear as day. Why would you take a red-hot Seth Rollins, who was probably in the top 5 in merchandise selling, every time this dude comes out in the part of Burn It Down, it gets louder and louder and louder every single time. You take Dean Ambrose, who just came back a week ago from injury. You take both of them, you put them back in the Shield. You already have merchandise out for sale. Reports are they're keeping the Shield to at least past that Super Showdown they have in Australia, because the Shield are confirmed to wrestle in Australia. So you're taking Seth and you're taking Dean, you're putting them back together. You people don't get why they're doing that. You don't clearly get why they're doing that. All you people who comment down below, oh, Roman, this and this, Seth and Dean, they're not put back together to get Roman over. Vince doesn't care about their cheers. Okay, if Vince doesn't care about the cheers, why are you taking Seth and Dean and putting them back together Shield? Wouldn't you just keep Roman by himself and say, oh, I don't care about the cheers? You'd keep Roman by himself, would you not? So why do you guys don't get why they're taking Seth and Dean and putting them back together Shield? You don't get it, clear as day. They're trying to keep doing it to have you guys cheer for Roman automatically. That you have no choice to cheer for him because you won't boo the Shield. There's no way you boo the Shield. You guys don't get that. You don't get that, do you? You're just sitting there saying Vince doesn't care about it. He wouldn't care about them cheering. If he didn't care about them cheering, you wouldn't put the Shield back together. You wouldn't do that. Now, let's get into the video that my man Joe Cronin released yesterday. This is for you guys out here who keep saying Roman as being champion, they don't care about this and that. They don't care about this and that. We'll let my man Joe Cronin speak some truth on you guys about the Raw ratings, which I will pause and play again because I'll talk over some key points he's going to mention. Go.
Everybody, you guys may have seen all the amazing positive headlines today. WWE Raw beats out the Video Music Awards. Even though that's just no feat at all, because MTV's Video Music Awards is really just MTV's Agenda SJW Awards, so nobody watched it. So, yeah. Not a big deal, but here's the real big deal. WWE Raw ratings actually sink because, well, as I've been saying, WWE loses about 200,000 viewers, if not 300,000 viewers a year now.
Facts. This is now. When did this start to start? Now, I'm not gonna completely bash Roman Reigns and say it's really his fault. The Raw ratings have pretty much been start on a decline. I'll say. Really, when it really started to decline, I'd say probably after. That's a tough part. I'd say the ratings started to really dip probably after WrestleMania. I'm not completely bury Roman Reigns because, again, people, even my friends started to check out wrestling literally probably, say, after WrestleMania. I'm going to say 27. 27 was really when the WWE started to go down from the 5, the 6, to maybe down to the 4, to the 3s. Because after 27, I mean, come on. Literally, The Miz beat John Cena. And then he gave the belt back to Cena. And then you started to do The Rock versus Cena. It picked back up. But I say WrestleMania 27 is when the ratings started to really decline. And people really started like, yeah, I'm starting to check out. But let's continue.
Here's last year's episode of Monday Night Raw's rating. It drew a...
Okay, if you guys cannot see because I took Joe's video, but he doesn't have in a video format where I'm able to show it to you. But what he's trying to show you guys, last year's SummerSlam, which was what? The Fatal 4-Way with Lesnar, Joe, Strowman. It was Lesnar, Joe, Strowman. Who was the other fourth guy? I don't know what it is. Whatever. It was a Fatal 4-Way. Whatever. It was a Fatal 4-Way. Lesnar, Joe, Strowman. Oh, Roman. That's what it was. Okay. Last year's SummerSlam ratings for Raw after SummerSlam was a 3.4. 3.4. Okay?
3.4. That's 3.4 million viewers. Last year, the night after SummerSlam. Obviously, should be a big night. Should be one of the bigger rated shows of the year. It drew a 3.4 last year. This year, it draws a 3.095.
Did you hear that, you Roman fans? Last year's SummerSlam after Raw drew a 3.4. This year's SummerSlam Raw after SummerSlam drew a 3.0. So all you Roman fans who say Vince doesn't care about this and that, they're making the most money, and all this nonsense. You keep shoving Roman Reigns down the fans' throats, you're going to keep losing viewers. Listen, you lost 4,400,000 viewers from last year to this year. Where did those 400,000 Roman fans go to? Where did they go to? Oh, that's right. They probably went to New Japan or ROH. You keep playing around, Vince. I keep telling you guys. Keep playing around with the fans. Keep shoving Roman down our face. And another guy comment down below, oh, Roman hasn't been champion since this and that. Yeah, he may not have been champion, but he kept getting opportunity after opportunity ahead of Finn Balor, ahead of Seth Rollins, ahead of Kevin Owens, ahead of Braun Strowman. Roman keeps getting opportunities he doesn't deserve. It's just facts. So, your 400,000 viewers from last year, where do they go to? Let's continue.
So, barely drew 3 million, or a 3 average, post-SummerSlam. The post-SummerSlam show barely drew 3.95. Here's an even weirder number. The second hour last year, when people were probably still trying to give it a chance, by 9 p.m., drew a 3.5. This year, it drew a 2.8, or at least.
So, you guys are not getting, again, because you can't see it. So, what Joe is saying, last year's 9 o'clock hour drew a 3.5. This year drew a 2.8. That opening segment of Roman and Finn Balor. Yeah. I'm not going to completely bury them because, again, after that, you had freaking Lashley and Elias. So, I'm not going to completely bury Roman, but the second segment was Lashley versus Elias, which, I mean, no offense, I wouldn't want to see that either.
At least the numbers are weird, but, let's go with a 2.9. So you had about 600,000 more people watching the second hour last year than you did this year. So everybody that's saying, wow, how amazing it was, I think the WWE did a great job by creating positive fake spin on a show. You have people coming out saying, finally, a good episode of Raw. What the hell was good about this show? Other than, the very end, if you're a Shield fan.
Again, what Joe's saying is facts again. Listen here. The only thing I'm not going to completely bury Raw, but there's about 3 things I liked. Opening segment, actually, you know what? Maybe I don't want to say that again. Opening segment was not completely trash, but what did I absolutely like about Raw last night? The night before was Triple H's promo, which we shouldn't count him because he's not going to be on Raw every freaking week. But Triple H's promo was pretty good. And then the main event, Finn versus Roman, was a pretty damn good match. So I'm going to give them credit where credit is given. That's the only 2 things I liked about Raw. So let's continue.
And I guess you marked out for that. But the only reason they brought the Shield back was so you all would cheer Roman, and you did.
Facts.
So I don't really understand what's so amazing here. What was good about Raw last night? Triple H's promo about Undertaker, maybe. That we already knew about that match. Maybe because it was a promo that was decent. Maybe you like that. Dolph Ziggler versus Dean was pretty good. And then everything else. What was good about Raw last night? Finally an awesome episode, people were saying. Finally an episode that wasn't a a 1 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10. I think I gave last night a 4 out of 10. But oh my God, man, the delusion of people is off the page. Why can't you just be happy the Shield's back? Because they're not really back. They're just there to make Roman look good again.
Facts, Joe.
Everything is done for Roman.
Thank you.
Now, if Roman Reigns and all of them had been on different shows and all of a sudden they reunited somehow.
Yes.
But it was a clear agenda tonight. Finn Balor lost. Finn Balor lost to Roman. Braun couldn't cash in. The Shield shows up. Good idea, I guess, if you want to keep Roman safe.
Yeah.
Like you did at WrestleMania, or rather, like you did at SummerSlam the night before, when you kept him safe by having Braun come out to distract the crowd from booing him.
Facts.
Very interesting stuff.
Facts.
But the numbers are not good for WWE. Don't let these bogus, fake, stupid, positive spins make you think otherwise. Oh, one of the best Raws of the year and highest rated Raw of the year.
Nope.
Well, the ratings are way down.
Yes, Joe.
So it's not hard to beat the other ratings of the rest of the year.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it didn't beat the night after WrestleMania, but it's the second most watched Raw of the year. You know why? Because it's the Raw after the second biggest show of the year.
Yeah.
But the real comparison is the fact that last year you had about 300 to 400,000 more
people.
viewers.
That's what my man Joe's trying to get across in the video. Last year, you had 400,000 more viewers. Where did those 400,000 viewers go to, Roman fans? Where'd they go to? Roman Reigns has been on Raw since he's debuted. Where have those he's saying every year. I think Joe brought up in the video. Let me let him continue. He brought it up again the year before. Let him continue.
Then this year. So Raw's ratings are again down as they've been, because this is the year where we had the lowest rated Monday Night Raw ever.
What did you hear that? What did Joe say? This year we had the lowest rating Raw ever in history. And who was responsible for that? Who was on the show? Oh, that's right. Shut up. Let me try to continue my point. We had the lowest rated Raw ever in history, and who was responsible for that? Who's on the show? Oh, that's right. Roman's also on the show. Again, people, change it up. Obviously, the fans are leaving because they're tired of you pushing the same dude for 4 years. Change it up.
I would love to pretend the world is rainbows and candy and money and whatever, but it's just not true. The excitement is false.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers don't lie. This year's SummerSlam ratings, post-Raw ratings, were some of the worst of all time. That may even be a stat. I don't know. Look it up. What are the worst ratings after a SummerSlam of all time? Right now, their average rating is about a 3.095. What was 2015's ratings? We'll even go back to that. Want to go back to that? We know last year there was 300,000 something more people watching last year than there was this year. But what do the numbers look like from last year?
He's going to get the numbers for you guys.
That's a scary thought. Trying to find them, but I don't even know if I can find them. They're so much older. There's probably a website that has all the ratings, marked down. God, the site that I looked up to find it to was, oh my God, it was loaded. There you go, 3.7. So let me spell this out for you. This year, the night after SummerSlam did barely 3.
Yep, see?
It almost did a 2.9, right? It did 3.095.
Mm-hmm.
3.0. Last year's did a 3.4.
3.4.
2015 did a 3.7.
Oh, that just hurts, Joe. What did you say? 2015? Oh, 2015 did a 3, and Roman Reigns has been on the main roster since 2015. You can't run, you Roman fans. You can't run. 2015 did a 3.70. The year before did a 3.40. And this year did a 3.0. You fans can't hide. So you've lost 700,000 viewers since 2015. Oh, and who was the focal point of that? That's right. That's Roman Reigns, people. You can't run. You can't run.
A 3.75 to be exact. In the third hour, 3.76. You were 300,000 people away from a 4 million watched post SummerSlam show a couple years ago. So the numbers have dropped from 3.7 to 3.5 to 3.4 to 3.0. So if you want to celebrate that, go ahead.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to celebrate the delusion. That is a dwindling audience. And mark my words, next year, if something doesn't change, next year's post-SummerSlam show, unless they book The Rock or Hulk Hogan or some crazy person to come back and advertise it. By the way, they had Brock Lesnar advertised for this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. They had Brock Lesnar advertised. Oh, that was true, Joe. Another key point, Joe. You had Brock Lesnar advertised. Vince McMahon sitting backstage and says, we don't need Brock Lesnar. We're going to bring back the Shield. We don't need him. And what happened, Vince? Your ratings are still in the freaking toilet.
Then you can expect a below 3.
Yeah, next year.
Average watch SummerSlam.
Tell him, Joe.
Maybe a 2.8, I would assume. 2.9, 2.8. I don't know. The numbers are going down. Just a fact.
That's the video. If you guys want to go support my man Joe Cronin, his YouTube channel is, I'm getting his YouTube channel for you guys. For you guys who do want to support my man Joe Cronin. His channel is Joe Cronin Show on YouTube. He's at 57,000 subs. So you shouldn't be able to miss my man Joe Cronin. He does great wrestling videos every day. He does videos every single day. Again, guys, it's just facts. As much as you guys want to say Roman Reigns is not an issue, Vince doesn't care about the fans cheering or booing him. Well, you keep playing around. Joe just told you. 2015, you were at 3.7. Last year, you were at 3.4. This year, you drew a 3.0. So, obviously, the fans really don't care for Roman that much. Change it up. I even told you, Vince, you did not need to bring back the Shield to cover up Roman Reigns. Let the man be himself. The Rock, Austin, Triple H, The Undertaker, Cena for a point. If you did not let these guys be themselves, will they be what they are today? Let Roman be himself. Let him go on his own. You don't need to let Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins come back to cover up for what you can't do right with Roman. I've told you before, Vince. You're keeping the Shield together until past, so far, is a new report, they're going to be at the Super Showdown event in Australia. So they're going to be wrestling. If this at no point does not turn Dean Ambrose heel, and maybe you get Dean versus Roman at WrestleMania, something like that. If you turn Roman heel, or let Dean be heel, and then let Roman be himself. Cut this bullcrap of the Shield coming back to cover up for you not being able to push Roman Reigns properly. Cut that crap. Now, I gotta get ready to go for school, guys. You guys can comment down below, subscribe, react to what did you think. I know you Roman fans will come out, they woodwork again and try to somewhat and say, it's not Roman's fault the show is a 3.0. Yes, it is, people. The show is trash. Half of the Raws this year have circled around Roman Reigns. What was that Raw this year where Roman was on the show? He was in the opening segment. He was in the backstage segment. He was in the main event. He was in 5 segments throughout the night. So you people who are trying to say Roman Reigns is not the fault the ratings are going down, it's a fact. You can't blame Finn Balor. You can't blame Kevin Owens. You can't blame Braun Strowman. You can't blame Brock Lesnar because he wasn't there half of the freaking time. You can't blame the women because you don't book them properly. So people probably don't even tune in because of the women. It's around Roman Reigns. It's his show. He's the reason the ratings are dropping. It's facts. Catch you guys later. I got to get ready to go to school.
DJ The Real. The way we put this shit together, you know what I mean?